Hi, Cancer. Welcome to Rays of Hope, Rainbow Light, Love and Healing Tarot. I hope you've been well. We're going to do a reading for you today. And I also did a reading for the solar storm for everyone, a collective reading, because it does affect everyone, not just the zodiac sign. So check that out too if you can. It's really important that you get to look at that. And there are 2 links there on solar weather and space and planet weather that 2 really awesome guys are doing on YouTube, and one of them I've been watching for 15 years, but check it out, those links. And the solar storm today, well, in a couple of days you'll see what'll happen, hopefully nothing, but anyway, check it out. So here we go, Cancer. Let's see what's going on. Actually, you know what, let's pull a spirit guide card. I never know how things are going to be. You know, when I hear that little voice, I know it's time to listen. So here I go. What spirit is guiding this reading for Cancer? What energy is threading the reading for Cancer? Okay, so dolphin spirit, connection, harmony, playfulness, right? The dolphins are beautiful creatures. They're like man's best friend, like a dog. You know, they're healers. They're very gentle, very aware. I love this dolphin spirit coming into this reading. I think I have a feeling that, you know, Gemini, this is your energy, you know, and I think that if the dolphin spirit is coming to you, they're coming to hopefully get you out of that crabby mood that you might be in, you know. They're trying to make a connection with you, to be more playful, perhaps, to really find balance in your life, to create more harmony, because, you know, you can't do it alone, as you can see. You know, you need a tribe, you need a group, you can't be recluse. Otherwise you're stagnant. You can't learn anything. So I think the dolphin energy is coming in here to get you to move, because there's an emotional thing going on here. It's all about water. This is you, you know, and they are coming to get you out of that shell. All right. So let's see what present situation. Okay. What is the energy and the obstacle that you're facing right now? What is the present energy or obstacle that you're facing right now? The Tower. My goodness, this is the 3rd time this card has come out. It's wild. Yes, the Tower is causing great changes, abruptness, fear, but know that it's also an energy that puts us into motion. It's a catalyst for change, which you need, evidently. You need to get out of that shell, and you need it to come out to awaken. So it's awakening everybody too. You know, it's a part of what's going on the earth, in the universe. There's a, you know, an evolution going on, and you can't stop it. We all are part of it, no matter, you can't run away from it. You know, it's part of our process. So let's keep going here. Cancer, yes. Things are definitely changing. So know that it's all good, you know. Whatever change, whatever abrupt changes took place, it was necessary for your growth. All right. Let's see what energy could be. What is the obstacle, the energy that is blocking your situation? The Princess of Cups. Well, the Princess of Cups is a very light energy, very sweet. Someone who's learning more about, you know, how could I say, their emotions. You know, this is someone who's learning to really take the initiative steps to find out more about the emotional body that's within them. Okay, so it's like the early steps. A princess, you know, she's not well-rounded yet, but yet she's willing to learn. But I think that you have to understand that if a tower event took place and this is blocking, that means it's something you need to tend to. Go into the waters. Cancer, you have to go into the water. You have to get out of that shell, all right, and check out what's going on inside. You know, you need to process something that is keeping you stagnant. You know, disappointment, failure. I don't know. We'll find out. Maybe. Well, maybe we won't. I don't know. But maybe you know already what it is, and maybe just listening to some of the energy that is coming out in the cards might help you. You know, I don't know. You know, we'll see. So let's see what is going on from the recent past. What in the recent past did you leave behind that affects your present situation? The Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is an energy of air. It's air energy. You know, the Queen, she's very bright. She's very smart. She's very, how could I say? She's in her truth. You know, she loves to be in her truth. That's all she ever accepts. You know, she knows anyone around her, you know, who's, you know, not in their truth. She just cuts them out of her life, you know. But anyway, so evidently there was someone here. I feel that there might have been a relationship going on here, because it seems to me that you might be really, really suffering emotionally, maybe down deep, you know, very upset. But there's something here that I feel that what you have left behind was your truth, you know, something that you needed to really look at. You know, it's something that I feel needed to come to the surface. But what happened was, instead, the Tower event triggered it, okay? So something triggered this event, and it was a truth that needed to come out, something you needed to see for yourself. The Princess of Cups is just a situation of inner energy that's blocking, because you need to tend to that. You need to tend to your emotions right now, Cancer. You can't move on. And the dolphin energy is saying it too. Be more playful, you know, find harmony and balance in your life right now. That is calling you. All right. What is the root cause, perhaps? What's the, I don't know, the unconscious energies that are here about the situation you're in? It's all about you, you know, it's all about you and your higher self, in a way. I feel that you know the truth, you know, of things, but you just have to examine them more clearly, so that the Princess of Cups can grow, you know, emotionally as well. So let's see what the root cause is. The King of Wands. I feel this might be a relationship reading. You never know what's coming out in the cards, but the more I'm feeling this, because of the Princess of Cups, I think this could be a relational reading. There might have been some breakup, perhaps, or some separation. Maybe not necessarily a breakup, but some separation. Something happened, you know, and the Queen of Swords is someone who always wants the truth. You know, they will never, they're a little cold, but yet, you know, they only want the real thing, you know, and perhaps that's what happened. There wasn't this real thing, and this beautiful energy here of the princess, you know, she's kind of in a place feeling she needs help to resolve this. The King of Wands energy is the root cause. This could be someone, you know, the King of Wands, he's very powerful, very adventurous, very fickle as well, too. And so, but he's very open, you know, he's very artistic, you know, you got to watch out for him, because he's very into himself. You know, this energy is very kind of, you know, it's adventurous, it's risk-taking, it's sometimes the ego is playing a little too much in this energy. But this could have caused the this Tower event. This could be someone that you've been involved with, you know, and he's left you in the cold, or not necessarily in the cold, but you are in your little girl feelings, you know. And I think that it's important to know that for yourself, that healing needs to come from this, you know. Let me just see. And the dolphin has healing energies. Like I said earlier, they are healers, you know, and perhaps that's the energy you need to, you know, absorb, is to find self-healing right now. in this disturbance that you've had. Let's see. What does the message from above, what does your spirits or higher self, the higher self, want you to know about the situation? The King of Cups. A lot of water here. A lot of water here, Cancer. This is about you. The message from above is about the King of Cups. It's about emotional stability that needs to happen right now. And the Princess of Cups needs to learn that. She is willing to learn. And the only way you're going to learn that is if you go deep. Dive deep. Get out of that shell and dive deep into that emotional water. And the King of Cups is the most stable emotional arcana in the deck. You know, they are the court card. They are the most stable emotionally. So let's see what the higher self cards want to add to this. You know, that is the King of Cups. Your higher self, the message from above telling you to be stable emotionally. You need emotional stability right now to get through this. It's happening to you, but I feel there are people involved here because of the court cards that have come out. So this is most likely a relationship. Let's see what the higher self card wants to tell you as well. Auric field, it says, I will read it to you. Your vibe is a gift. It is time to clear your auric field and protect it. Purify and restore your energy. So this is all about healing, all right? This is all about cleansing and dive into the waters, you know, maybe even, you know, with this dolphin spirit, maybe go swim with dolphins. You know, maybe it's something you've been wanting to do, but I think, you know, anything with water, whether you take some baths or showers or pool or ocean, you need to go and cleanse and purify and just, you know, just be conscious of being in a playful mood, you know. I mean, look at this. This is so sweet. And have the connection with yourself, you know. Dive deep into that connection of all that's you. So let's see what else is going on here. What is in the immediate future? Let's do this. Let's see what is in the immediate future with the tarot here. What is in the immediate future with the tarot? What could be in the immediate future with the tarot here for our Cancer? Who's drowning? Well, not drowning, but emotionally in a place of sighing, maybe. That's what I feel, sighing. Okay, so what's in the immediate future? The Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands is about making things in a place. In other words, Six of Wands is all about success, right? The guy's marching through town and everyone's, you know, hailing him. And the Seven of Wands is all about, now, how am I going to keep all that? How you have to work at it. You have to really work at keeping a higher standard, you know, of where you are. In other words, where you have to keep growing. You can't stop. This is the fire energy that you need to keep going and growing. And you don't want to be stagnant. You know, you want to be, you know, you want to learn more. You want to expand your consciousness. You want to expand your heart. You know, get out there. Let's see what the future self cards are going to say or are going to add to this. Let's see what the future self, these are future self cards. And I'd like to add it to the future tarot that put out that answer for us. So let's see, what is the future self energy that is going to be added to the Seven of Wands for Cancer? The sacrifices you make today will be worth it. So the sacrifices are worth everything. You know, even if you have to change something, Cancer, you know, when we make sacrifices, changes come along with it. And that's what the Tower is all about. It's saying it's time for you to change. You know, this has been stagnant. I think that if this is a relationship, it's going to come out, hopefully, in the cards that it's time to move on. So let's see what your thoughts and feelings are about the situation. What are your thoughts and feelings, Cancer, about this? What are your thoughts and feelings? Five of Wands. There's conflict. But no, through conflict, lessons are learned. There's nothing that you can't learn through conflict, And so right now, there's a heart, and your mind might be also in conflict, also with someone else here. There's a conflict within yourself and within this relationship. I believe it's a relationship. It's definitely a relationship. And you're in conflict with yourself and with other. Okay, so let's keep going here. And I don't know, what are other people saying about all this? What are other people's thoughts and feelings about what you're going through? Do you have a tribe? Do you have a family, friends, connections, relationships that know about your current relationships? So are you talking to somebody? Let's see what other people's feelings and thoughts are about what you're going through. The Two of Swords. They don't know. They're not sure either. You're not talking. You're not talking to anybody. You're very quiet right now. And right now, there are no answers. No one knows anything. They're not sure about anything, because the Swords is about, making decisions. It's about information. The Swords is air energy. It's a mind, So right now I feel that no one knows much. There are no answers here. So you're on your own, it seems, and you're in this place of conflict with your heart and your mind. And it seems that you have to make the change, but perhaps, I don't know, what are your hopes and fears about all this? What are your hopes and fears about this, Cancer? What are your hopes and fears about this situation that you're having? And it definitely is a relationship. I see it. It feels like it. So let's see, what is your hopes and fears about this? One or the other. Judgment. Well, are you afraid that people will judge you for a decision or something that you have to change or sacrifice? Are you afraid of that? Are you afraid of people judging you, of what decisions you might make? Are you judging others as well? So let's see, something here has to give. I mean, you're having a conflict of heart. You're not talking to anybody. No one knows anything. It seems no one can answer any questions that you have. No one knows the answers for you if you've been talking to someone or people. And there's sacrifices to be made. The Princess of Cups is here. This is energy that needs not to be blocked, because this is the energy that's going to move you out of this heat. The Tower is a catalyst for change. And the King of Cups came out as your higher self card, because you need emotional stability right now to get through this. And it's time for purifying and cleansing. And that's what the dolphins are here for. Swim with the dolphins. In your mind, you can. Perhaps dolphin spirit is beautiful spirit. They're healers. And what would be the potential outcome for this, for you, Cancer? Let's see what the potential outcome could be for you, Cancer. What is the potential outcome? I hope it's the Sun. I hope the Sun is going to come out for you. Yeah, I hope the Sun will come out. The Hierophant. So the Hierophant is all about spiritual guidance. It's time to awaken and to get back on the path of your spiritual, your spiritual mission. And it's all about cleansing, living, loving. And it seems that here you also might need help. You might need to talk to someone who's professional, to help you get through this time of change and sacrifice and cleansing and purifying, because that's what's going on. And there's a conflict within your heart and mind about making a decision that you're afraid that you will be judged by, And so the Hierophant is the potential outcome to seek guidance, spiritual guidance, whatever that is for you, to help you get through this, all right? So I want to pull one card for the angels numbers, which are really very wonderful messages for any ending of a reading. Let's see what numbers come out for you, Cancer. What is the number, angel numbers, that are going to come out for you to give you that final message? Okay, let's see. One more, and then we'll pull a card. Oops. All right, here we go. What is the final message? What are the angel numbers that are coming out for you? Oh, 000. Whoa, I never saw this number. I'm going to read it to you. Obstacles, hardships, strength, building character and experience. There might be some difficulties ahead, but you will push through. You got this. If you have been struggling or feeling lost, the winds of change will blow in your favor. And if you've been suffering or feeling lost, some things may fall apart, but you're building the framework for something much better. See, hang in there. So whatever happened between you and someone, hang in there. This is something that you need to go through, and that change is inevitable, feeling lost. And you're never lost. You have your heart, you have your mind, and you have dolphin spirit. All right, Cancer. So anyway, I wish you the best. I wish your recovery into more balance and harmony in your life, and hope to see you again. Bye-bye. Take care now.